The Paul Pogba doping scandal is one of the most significant recent events in soccer, representing a dramatic fall and a very recent redemption arc for one of the game's most recognizable stars. The incident, August 2023. Following Juventus's opening match of the 2023-24 season against Udinese, Pogba was randomly selected for a drug test. The substance: he tested positive for DHEA, a banned substance that can naturally increase testosterone levels and is used to boost endurance and muscle recovery. The context: remarkably, Pogba was an unused substitute in that match. He didn't even play, yet the random test effectively halted his career. The initial sentence, February 2024. Italy's National Anti-Doping Tribunal, NATO, handed Pogba a 4-year ban, the maximum possible punishment. At 30 years old, many experts believe this was a career-ending sentence, as he wouldn't been eligible to play again until 2027. The appeal and reduction, October 2024. Pogba maintained from day one that he never knowingly or deliberately took banned substances. He appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sport in Lausanne. His legal team argued that the positive test resulted from a supplement prescribed by a doctor in Florida. They proved the ingestion was unintentional. The result: the CAS reduced his ban from 4 years to 18 months. The court ruled that while he was not without fault, as players are responsible for what they ingest, the intent to cheat was not there. Contract termination, late 2024. Shortly after the ban reduction, Juventus and Pogba mutually agreed to terminate his contract. He had been earning a minimum wage of around €2,000 per month during his suspension. Return to training, January 2025. Under the terms of the reduced ban, he was allowed to begin training with a professional club in January. The Monaco move, June 2025. After being a free agent for several months, Pogba signed a 2-year deal with AS Monaco in Ligue 1, returning to his home country. The emotional return, November 25, 2025. Just last month, on November 22, 2025, Pogba made his official competitive return. He came on as a substitute against Rennes, marking his first appearance in 811 days. Wayne Rooney's career was defined by a paradox. He was a once-in-a-generation talent on the pitch, but his personal life was a constant fixture in the British tabloids. Most of his scandals fall into 3 categories: infidelity, legal troubles involving alcohol, and on-field temperament. First, the brothel scandals, 2004 and 2010. Rooney's most persistent scandals involved his use of sex workers, often at times when his private life seemed most stable. The Granny scandal, 2004. While still a teenager at Everton, it was revealed that Rooney had visited a massage parlor in Liverpool. The tabloid frenzy focused on the fact that one of the women was a 48-year-old grandmother. Rooney admitted to being young and stupid. The escort threesome, 2010. While his wife, Colleen, was pregnant with their first child, Kai, Rooney was caught in a scandal involving 2 escorts, Jenny Thompson and Helen Wood. This incident nearly ended his marriage and caused a massive rift with fans who viewed him as a family man. Second, legal troubles and alcohol. As Rooney aged, the party boy image evolved into more serious legal issues involving alcohol. The drink driving arrest, 2017. While at Everton, Rooney was stopped by police at 2 a.m. while driving a Volkswagen Beetle belonging to a woman he had met in a bar that night, Laura Simpson. He was found to be 3 times over the legal limit, handed a 2-year driving ban, and ordered to perform 100 hours of community service. Public intoxication in the U.S., 2018. While playing for DC United, Rooney was arrested at Dulles International Airport for public swearing and intoxication. His team claimed he was disoriented after mixing prescribed sleeping pills with alcohol on a flight. The Hotel Snap, 2021. Photos went viral of Rooney asleep in a chair in a budget hotel room while several young women posed in their underwear around him. While there was no evidence of untoward behavior, he had to apologize to his family and Derby County, where he was manager, for the mistake of putting himself in that position. On-field temperament. Rooney's street footballer style often came with a short fuse that led to high-profile red cards. The 2006 World Cup red card. In a quarterfinal against Portugal, Rooney was sent off for stamping on Ricardo Carvalho. The moment became even more scandalous when his Manchester United teammate Cristiano Ronaldo was seen winking at the bench after the dismissal. Rooney was blamed by the English media for the country's exit from the tournament. Swearing at the camera in 2011. After scoring a hat-trick for Manchester United against West Ham, Rooney looked directly into a pitch-side camera and shouted a string of profanities. The FA handed him a 2-match ban, which caused him to miss an FA Cup semi-final. Transfer requests and ambition. Rooney twice held Manchester United to ransom by requesting to leave in 2010 and 2013. In 2010, he publicly questioned the club's ambition and ability to attract top players. Fans gathered outside his house to protest, and he eventually performed a U-turn, signing a massive new contract that made him the highest-paid player in the league. The John Terry racism scandal is one of the most significant legal and cultural moments in English soccer. It didn't just affect 2 players, it led to the resignation of the England manager, split the national team, and resulted in 2 separate trials with conflicting outcomes. The incident, October 2011. During a heated Premier League match between Chelsea and Queen's Park Rangers, QPR, Terry and QPR defender Anton Ferdinand, younger brother of Rio Ferdinand, were caught in a verbal altercation. The evidence. Television cameras caught Terry directing a racial slur, specifically the words at Ferdinand. The defense. Terry never denied saying the words. His defense was that he was repeating them back to Ferdinand as a question or a sarcastic exclamation because he thought Ferdinand had accused him of being racist earlier in the game. The legal doubleheader. Because the incident involved potential criminal behavior as well as a breach of sports rules, Terry faced 2 separate investigations with 2 different standards of proof. 1. The criminal trial, July 2012. Terry was charged with a racially aggravated public order offense. The verdict, not guilty. The reason, the chief magistrate ruled that while there was no doubt Terry said the words, the prosecution couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he said them as an insult rather than as a challenge to what he thought was an accusation. The FA disciplinary hearing, September 2012. The Football Association used a lower standard of proof on the balance of probabilities. The verdict, guilty. The reason, the FA Commission called Terry's sarcasm defense implausible and contrived. The punishment, a 4-match ban and a £220,000 fine, the largest fine in FA history at the time. The collateral damage. The scandal tore through the fabric of English football. The England captaincy. The FA stripped Terry of the England captaincy before his trial began. England manager Fabio Capello publicly disagreed with this decision and resigned in protest just months before Euro 2012. International retirement. On the eve of the FA hearing, Terry announced his retirement from the England national team, claiming the FA had made his position untenable. The Ferdinand brothers versus Ashley Cole. Terry's Chelsea teammate Ashley Cole testified in court on Terry's behalf. This led to a permanent rift between Cole and the Ferdinand brothers. Rio Ferdinand was later fined for endorsing a tweet that referred to Cole as a chalk ice, a slang term suggesting someone is black on the outside, white on the inside. Chelsea's response. Unlike the FA, Chelsea did not strip Terry of the Chelsea captaincy, a move that drew heavy criticism from anti-racism groups who accused the club of hypocrisy regarding their zero-tolerance policy. The Dani Alves case is a landmark legal event in soccer, not only because of the player's status as one of the most decorated in history, but because it was the first major test of Spain's only yes means yes consent laws. The incident, December 2022. On New Year's Eve 2022, Alves was at the Sutton nightclub in Barcelona. A 23-year-old woman accused him of luring her into a private bathroom in a VIP area, where she alleged he slapped her, used a racial slur, and forcibly raped her. The arrest. Alves was arrested in January 2023. His defense was famously inconsistent. He initially denied knowing the woman at all, then admitted they met but said nothing happened, and eventually claimed the sex was consensual. The club response. His club at the time, UNAM Pumas, Mexico, terminated his contract immediately upon his arrest. The 2024 conviction. In February 2024, a Barcelona court found Alves guilty of sexual assault. The sentence. He was sentenced to 4 years and 6 months in prison. This was considered a relatively lenient sentence. Prosecutors had asked for 9 years, largely because he had already paid 150,000 euros in mitigating compensation to the victim before the trial. The verdict. The judges stated it was proven that the victim did not consent and that Alves used violence to force the encounter. The 2025 acquittal, the recent twist. The scandal took its most dramatic turn earlier this year. After spending 14 months in custody and then being released on a €1 million bail in March 2024 while awaiting appeal, the case reached a higher court. The overturning, March 28, 2025. An appeals court in Barcelona overturned the conviction, citing insufficient evidence to overcome the presumption of innocence. The reason. The 4 judges unanimously ruled that there were gaps and inconsistencies in the complainant's testimony when compared to CCTV footage from the nightclub before the pair entered the bathroom. The outcome. All precautionary measures, including the return of his passports, were lifted. While he is legally acquitted, the case has sparked massive debate in Spain about the only yes means yes law and the influence of wealth in legal defense. The murder of Andrés Escobar is often cited as the darkest day in the history of the World Cup. It was a tragedy that illustrated the terrifying intersection of sports, gambling, and the lawlessness of the Colombian drug wars in the 1990s. The Fatal Error, June 22, 1994. Colombia entered the 1994 World Cup in the USA as one of the favorites to win, famously fueled by the investment of narco-soccer money from cartels. However, they struggled early. The incident. In a must-win group match against the United States, Escobar, a highly respected defender nicknamed the Gentleman, stretched to block a cross and accidentally deflected the ball into his own net. The result? Colombia lost 2-1 and was subsequently eliminated from the tournament. The aftermath. Following the loss, the team received death threats at their hotel. While many players stayed in the U.S. to let the tension simmer down, Escobar insisted on returning to his home city of Medellin, writing in a newspaper, "Life doesn't end here, we have to go on." The assassination, July 2, 1994. Just 10 days after the own goal, Escobar went to the El Indio nightclub in Medellin with friends. The confrontation. In the parking lot at around 3 a.m., Escobar was confronted by a group of men who began taunting him about the own goal. The shooting escalated quickly. A man named Humberto Muñoz Castro pulled out a .38 caliber pistol and shot Escobar 6 times. The goal chant. Witness reports claimed that as Muñoz fired each shot, he shouted, "Goal!" mimicking the way South American commentators celebrate. Escobar was pronounced dead 45 minutes later at a hospital. He was only 27 years old. The motive: ego versus gambling. There are 2 main theories regarding why Escobar was targeted. Gambling losses. The most common theory is that the Galón Henao brothers, notorious drug and gambling barons, had lost millions of dollars in bets on Colombia to advance. Escobar's own goal was seen as the direct cause of their financial ruin. Pure ego. Jon Jairo Velázquez, the lead hitman for Pablo Escobar, known as Popeye, later claimed the killing wasn't about money. He argued that the Galón brothers' egos were so inflated after the death of Pablo Escobar that they simply wouldn't allow a celebrity to talk back to them during a drunken argument. The outcome and legacy. The gunman, Humberto Muñoz Castro, was sentenced to 43 years in prison, but in a move that outraged the public, he was released in 2005 after serving only 11 years for good behavior. The brothers, the Galón brothers, who were believed to have ordered the hit, spent only a few months in prison for covering up the crime and were largely untouched by the law. The impact on soccer. The murder caused a mass exodus from the Colombian national team. Legend Chonto Herrera quit immediately, and many other stars refused to play for years out of fear. It effectively ended the golden generation of Colombian football. Key note: at his funeral, over 120,000 people lined the streets of Medellin. Escobar is still revered today. A statue of him stands in the city, and he is remembered as a victim of a country that had spiraled into total narco chaos.